Peace, peace. Salute to everyone that is going to be on their way here. Everyone that is here. Everybody watching this on a replay. Got another humdinger for y'all. The connection of letters and numbers. Came across this article earlier today. State police arrested 43 demonstrators marching on I-95 near Dumfries. Dumfries is a city in Virginia, in Northern Virginia, that is. Now, I'm not going to read the whole article, but 43 is a very familiar number in gematria. Once again, George Floyd has a gematria of 43. Seems like everything is tying back to George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? In which he was murdered. In which he was so-called murdered by the police on May 25th. So, absolutely, Ann. I see you in the chat. See another person just walk in the chat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely, Ann. I see your comment and everything. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, you know, it is weird how that is. It's very weird how that is. But it's all being done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show... And actually, Oh, yes, you're right, Ann. I saw a Facebook post about that, too. Yeah, and I think I shared it on my Facebook page. Yeah, let me see if I can, Yeah, because there was a person named George Floyd who died 3 years ago in Corpus Christi, Texas. Yeah, it was a lawyer. His last name was Japeth. I think his first name was Timothy. Yeah, it is a trip. It really is. Yeah, I think I saved it. Hey, how you doing, Amir? I was wondering who else came in. Yeah, you know how YouTube is. Always knocking people off and things like that. Yeah. Let me see something here. But yeah. So yeah, let me show you. Yeah, let me show you that post since Ian brought that up. Yeah, since Ian brought that up, got another humdinger for you. Yeah, this one right here. Ha ha! I found it. This is probably the one you was talking about, Ian. Yep, his name was Timothy Japeth. He was a lawyer in Texas. He was talking about there was a black man who... Yep, it was a black man he used to play college football against. And the name of the man they're using who died. He died here in Corpus Christi 3 years ago. He did play for Texas A&I, and he did live on the streets here, and he did die here. However, he didn't die in Minnesota. Wow. Absolutely amazing. He said before he died, me and him talked about that game with Johnny Bailey and Abilene Christian and Texas A&I in 1969. Yep, pretty much so. Yep. So the George on TV, indeed, you're right, and is an actor. Yep. Everything is just revealing itself. We've been hoodwinked. Well, not us, but the masses have been hoodwinked into buying into this story. You know what I'm saying? And to buy into this so-called 9/11 moment. As we know, 9/11 is also another false flag event as well, in which George Floyd has a gematria of 119, which is the reverse of 9/11. Ain't that crazy? And that's why I showed that story of 43 people, 43 people, demonstrators being arrested on I-95 near Dumfries, Virginia. It's so crazy how this stuff is just all so connected together. It's really crazy how that is. It's really crazy how that is. And there was another news story. I don't even know if I've saved it or not. Oh, actually it is. I think it is this one. No, it's not. It's not on this one. Not on this window here. It was a conspiracy story. Oh, yes, this one right here. White woman bizarrely claims Floyd's death was staged in plot to hurt Donald Trump. Notice they put in parentheses the word staged. Now, George Floyd's death was definitely staged, but not in a plot to hurt Donald Trump. Oh my goodness. Staged. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how that is, and how come Breonna Taylor and all these other people didn't have a protest for them, but when it comes to George Floyd, it's something different? I mean, shoot, we might as well put this false flag event with Rodney King. That's the last time, and that was just in Los Angeles. The rise just took place in Los Angeles. This wasn't even a national thing. Now the last national protest, well, last rioting we ever had that was nationwide was Martin Luther King's death. Yeah. Yup. Yeah. So, yeah. So we got here another story. This other story here, in which this chairwoman actually screenshotted her Facebook post on Twitter. And it says, "Tell me what you think. George Floyd, a staged event. These officers were involved with something. I'm not sure exactly what, but something is just not adding up. Also, this supposed officer is now missing from his home. Nowhere to be found. Has the smell of MK Ultra activation. I think there is at the very least a possibility that this was a filmed public execution of a black man by a white cop with the purpose of creating racial tensions and driving a wedge in the growing group of anti-deep state sentiment from common people that have already been psychologically traumatized by COVID-19 fears. Hello. Historically, in election years and in politically contested areas or in groups, racial or gun violence incidents are becoming commonplace. Considering the rising approval of President Trump in the black community, an event like this was unfortunately predictable. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Ann. Yeah, that is a trip how they tested him for COVID. I didn't know you could test people while they dead. That's interesting. I wonder how many of our dead people have been tested. Oh, unless that was a lie as well. The so-called over 100,000 people and counting have been so-called tested for COVID. Yeah. So, yeah, lies on top of lies. And the lies just don't end. So, yes. I don't know what's going to happen to this woman, Cynthia Brim. But if anything happens to her, it's definitely all going to be based on by the numbers. And as you may see, I left the comments here of what people responded. And this bottom one says it all. Ain't that something? Yep. Indeed. Yeah. So, yeah. I had to play that other story. And also, and I don't know if I have shared this or not. Did you see the Hispanic with the chainsaw? Actually, no, I didn't. Wow, that sounds like some Texas Chainsaw Massacre bullshit. Wow. Oh man. Hello. Yo, just dropped. Okay. Good to see you in here. But there's something else that I want to play too. This YouTube is well, not YouTube, but so-called Twitter and Facebook are have been censoring people like this.
I want to talk about a particular candidate running for Congress in Georgia's 14th congressional district because I think she really demonstrates just how radical the Republican Party has become. They are a violent death cult in spite of the fact that they claim to be pro-life. This is a party that is becoming increasingly unhinged, and everyone should be worried about the rhetoric that they are using because they are inciting violence against American citizens. So, an individual named Marjorie Greene had a message for Antifa if they chose to show up in Georgia and loot. She'll fucking murder you.
President Trump declared Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. I have a message for Antifa terrorists. Stay the hell out of Northwest Georgia. You won't burn our churches, loot our businesses, or destroy our homes. I'm Marjorie Green, and I approve this.
Alright, so if there's a protest and somebody in the crowd decides to get a little bit rowdy and they choose to break a window and try to break into a building, what this lady just said is she's going to shoot them and kill them. In other words, property is more important than human life. When people commit crime, you can argue that we should put them in jail.
That part of the video I do. But that's not, yeah. Even if, but she's right about the Antifa part. Notice that this guy would not mention about Antifa. How Antifa is funded by George Soros. Can't put them in jail because of COVID. Right, and just shoot them. That's right. But yet, Twitter, well, Facebook, banned her post. But yet, Facebook employees walked out when the company Facebook allowed Donald Trump to when Facebook did not take Donald Trump's post down, so the employees staged a walkout. I'm gonna play that video in a little bit too.
Fine. But you're saying, I'm going to shoot them, I'm going to take their life, I'm going to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I'm going to unilaterally decide that the property that they are destroying is more intrinsically valuable than that life. This is the pro-life party, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why Donald Trump's designation of Antifa as a terrorist organization is deeply troubling. Because Antifa is not an organization. You can't see.
Actually, no, it's not deeply troubling. And Antifa has done terrorism. And the only reason why they protected Cornel West in Charlottesville, was it about 3 years ago now? I think it's been 3 years ago since that event in Charlottesville took place. Yeah, since that took place. Well, I mean, that was an exception because it made Antifa look less racist. But Antifa has their own agenda too. You know what I'm saying? And they're funded by George Soros. So it kind of all ties in together. George Soros funds Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Antifa protects Cornel West when he was out there in Charlottesville during the Charlottesville protests / riots. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, that all makes sense. Yeah, it's almost 3 years ago now. August 2017. Not even a full year that Trump was president. But actually less than a year. He was only in office for like at least 7 months before this thing took place. It's crazy how that is. And your comment about Steven Jackson. And your comment about Steven Jackson, yeah, that is pretty sick. You know what I'm saying? Daddy changed the world. So you putting George Floyd in the same category with Kobe Bryant. You see what I'm saying? And both of the daughters have the same name, Kobe Bryant's daughter and George Floyd's daughter have the same name, Gianna. I mean, you see how they spin this stuff around and use the same names, but people don't get it. They really think her name is Gianna. I don't even know if that's her real name. We don't know, and we probably would never know. But this is the web that they got the masses entangled in. You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Wow. So yeah, this is wild here. Do you know the Humanist Report? He's a humanist homosexual. So that's why he goes off in these rants on his videos. Mike Figueredo is his real name. As you may see in the video, top caption on the video, hashtag Mike Figueredo. Yeah. So that's a little clip of his video. And oh, let me see if I can show y'all what I put on Twitter today about it on the actual lady's page. Her name is Michelle Green, running for congressional office. Yeah, and I just happen to follow her too. Let's see if I could. Another channel revealed George Crump on a pregnant black female. Wow. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something here. Oh, it's not what I want to do. I was trying to move it. There we go. I just followed this person right here. Even though this person is so-called pro-God, so-called pro-life gun, so-called pro-real Donald Trump, she does have a right to her Second Amendment rights, just like every other American does. Let me see if I can find what I said. So I'm find what I tweeted. It's gonna be kind of hard to find. Yep, that's right. Yeah, and talk about did you know that George Floyd's porn star nickname is Floyd the Landlord? Don't that got a sweet little ring to it? Now I can think all types of weird, perverted. That's it. Oh man, I could think a whole bunch of weird perverted nonsense on the Floyd the Landlord nickname. Just thinking of that. Yep. Yep, basically. Or he has the cure to fix your landlord issues. It's funny how that stuff works. Oh man. Yeah. Landlord. Floyd the Landlord. That's cool. I don't even see it. I sure did tweeted something to her in support of her campaign. I actually really supported what she said on her campaign slogan. Matter of fact, I'm sure she got a website. Let me see if I can find a video of that website. This is a little donation website. Nothing wrong with that. Nah. Sure can't. Sure can't support them. Nah. Oh man. But this guy here. I just had to laugh at this. I'm not even gonna play. I'm probably not even gonna play that whole thing. Oh, here's another one. This one here.
Also, like I said, even if it was specific enough in that instance, an interesting rebellion is taking place at Facebook, and I want to share it with you. This is in Mediaite. They say dozens of Facebook employees reportedly took the day off from work on Monday in order to protest against the social network's decision to leave President Donald Trump's post uncensored. According to the New York Times, protesting employees took the day off by logging into Facebook systems and requesting time off to support protesters across the country, and added an automated message to their emails saying that they were out of the office in a show of protest. The group is one of many clusters of employees attempting to push back on executives, the Times noted, adding that many employees continue to discuss a list of demands for management. Unlike Twitter, which censored and hid President Trump's "when the looting starts, the shooting starts" tweet last week, Facebook decided to leave the same post on its platform untouched. Though CEO Mark Zuckerberg did reportedly raise concerns over Trump's tone and rhetoric during a subsequent phone call with the president. So, they go on to explain, like, okay, listen, the reason why we're doing this is because Mark Zuckerberg said calls for violence are not part of free speech, and if there's calls for violence, I will take action. And they're saying, well, this is a call for violence, and he didn't take action, so he's a liar, so we want Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg to censor what the president said. I guess in a similar way to what Twitter did, which Twitter didn't really censor it, they just kind of hid it and said, you know, you could click through to view it if you want, but there's like a this violates our blah 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 thing there, and then you click through and then it shows you what he said. I really don't understand why this is the main thing that they're concerned about, because it's the President of the United States, and let's say Twitter and Facebook censor it. Every single news organization has a duty to report what the president said about that.
Mm-hmm.
The President of the United States of America is threatening to shoot looters in the streets of America. Do I agree with the president? Hell no! Hell no! But do I want to know that that's what he said? Yes! Yes! I'd like to know that my president is threatening people in the streets of America, looters, rioters, whatever you want to call them. I'd like to know that. that's obviously a news story. What Trump says is by definition a news story. Now, we might not like that, but it's what it is. Like, that's what it is. Now, I get it. There is totally a double standard between, like, usually people of prominence or people who are part of governments get a lot more leeway to do violent threats than random people, and there should be one.
Check this out. Nobody talks about Nobody talks about the various black people who use Facebook or Twitter that get censored, banned, comments taken off, and tweets taken off social media. Nobody talks about that. But Trump's post was allowed to stay on Facebook. And the only reason because, for reasons why, first of all, he's Caucasian. Second of all, he's the president. Third of all, he's male. Fourth of all, he's a celebrity. Mainly of all, he's a puppet. And nobody censors puppets. A puppet will rarely get censored. And if they're censored, it's something scripted about that. You know what I'm saying? Most likely it goes by the numbers in which they follow gematria with the connections of, in which is a connection of letters and numbers. So that's how that works. That's how that works. So, oh yeah, that's cool, Ann. All right, most definitely. Good seeing you in here, Ann. All right. Yeah. So that's how all that works. So no, I written in the comments said that I don't support censorship in any way. You know what I'm saying? Because I think social media platforms should be platforms that everybody should use, and everybody should post their comments without having to worry about their comments being deleted. And 11 people hit like on that comment that I made under that YouTube video less than an hour ago. And here's some of the responses. Fact checking isn't censoring. Oh, here's another comment. So if they have videos of babies being raped and murdered on Facebook, you be fine with that? How about somebody incited violence against groups of people? Oh wait, you're okay with that? Look at these people here. Look at here, huh? This is how mind controlled they are. So it's interesting that they will say that. But check this out though. What happens if those videos of babies being killed is actually fake? They could pull some more false flags on us, having babies being killed. Ain't those stories you read in the Bible of babies being killed? You think those stories are actually real? They're false flags too. And if you was a time traveler going back through time, you would see that none of that didn't even happen. So why are people want to be Christians and Muslims and so on and so forth, or any type of organized religion? You know, they're allowing themselves to be mind controlled, to be bound. That's the purpose of the religion, is to bound you from thinking for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out here really don't know how to think for themselves. They let all these institutions, including the media, think for them. And that's why you get puppet leaders. That's why you have all these celebrities, you know, saying certain things, saying things that may make sense to the masses, but don't really make sense to those of us who think for ourselves. So, yeah. So this is what we get. This is what we get. You know, and this PC culture, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all bullshit. You know. That's why this is why we do what we do on these so-called social media platforms, such as YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so on and so forth. Even though we don't owe them. You know. So yeah. That's all I really want to cover pretty much. And it's interesting how things are being set up the way that they're being set up. You know? And I'm sure there's going to be some more about Floyd the landlord. Indeed. Oh, this is funny too. Police groups break with Biden. And there was another picture that I saw that Biden was in a church with his mask over his mouth, kneeling. And there was like several people behind him in some church. So, and I think that was that church that he spoke at. You know. So they're calling for more. They're calling for more police reforms. But no calls for reparations, which is the ultimate apology and justice for ADOS people. You know? So yeah. That's all I really want to say. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to share. Feel free to like. You know. And of course I'll be coming back in another video. Other than that, y'all be easy. Peace.